Hello and welcome. This is a demonstration of flying, old style flying, VOR to VOR. Something that is good practice if you like to prove for yourself that you can manage the old style flying, as in the more modern aircraft things are easier, you can say, as we just put in a flight plan and boom, off we go. Today we are going to fly from Hans Christian Andersen Airport. I just call it Odense Airport as it was the original name of the airport. The Hans Christian Andersen Airport name was added a few years back. So that's it. And as a disclaimer, I should say that this is no tutorial on flying this aircraft at all. I'm no expert at flying this. It's actually only has the purpose of showcasing the VOR flying techniques, how to fly VOR to VOR, and all that stuff. That's actually the basic elements of this video. And then it's a test video for me to see what I can do better and such, as I actually want to do a bit more of this kind of video. And today we are in the freeway aircraft here in X-Plane. It's a Lima 410. It's actually an aircraft that I was testing a few months back, before it released, and I should say it is free, and you can find it at the explain.org download section. You can also find the development posts under the developments on the explain.org forums. So that's where you find information about it, but he actually has his own website that you can find. I'm not I don't got the link right here, so bear that in mind. And today's route is we want to fly from Odense, runway 06, and return to Odense at runway 24. The reason for this is that I know we are going to go against the rules, as you normally would fly. You would take off and land into the wind, of course, as it gives you the best lift and such. However, for the given planes, now I don't got the limit for this aircraft, but most airlines actually lands, even they got to around 10 knots tailwind or such. But it is the situation and such, and since this is just a demonstration purposes and the wind is only 7 knots, I don't think it would be a problem today to do this, as it would shorten the flight time. It would take a longer time if I should first introduce now how to do it and fly it, as well as flying from VOR and fly past Odense Airport and into the approach for runway 06. Not that it would take much longer, but to keep this short and simple, we won't do that, as this is just a simple lesson. Okay, what we want to do is fly from Odense Airport, fly to VOR, to VOR, and then into Odense Airport again. How we want to do that? First, I have tuned in course VOR, Odin VOR, and the first waypoint we want to fly to is the Foxtrot Echo NDB. This is also the fixed point where we would start the final approach from 2,000 feet, according to the charts I got. I don't have the latest, I know, but that's how it is. So there might be some changes to that, but that's how it is. And I guess we would fly up to around the 2,000 feet and stay there, or maybe 3,000 or 4,000 feet. Let's see how it goes, but for the approach, 2,000 feet is the altitude we have to be at when we pass Foxtrot Echo for the approach to runway 24. And don't be fooled by this line here, because it's not what we are going to fly, a nearly 9 degrees angle. That's not what we want to do. The important thing here is to tell you that the reason I do this is if I just let it fly directly from Odense to course VOR, it would not have much of an angle that would allow us to turn from one course into a VOR station and the course to the next VOR station. It would be very, very little angle, and we would have to turn further out. Here we hopefully can get closer and make a nice turn. And what you have to understand about the course of the aircraft is that what we are selecting is, now you can see I just made a GPS point down here. It could be anywhere else. I just want to get outside of the Odense airport, Odense city, sorry, and fly along Storbelt, the bridges, and as you can see right now, you could draw a very long line across here, and it will continue out here, as this is the heading we would pass, also the course we would pass the course VOR station. So when we fly to this course, we get the needle as it's shown now. You can see our aircraft is here, the line is here, so it actually tells me the line I should be flying is actually to the right of my aircraft. And that's confirmed by our location here, because if I extended this line down here, you would see I'm still to the left of the actual course I want to fly into the course VOR. So we want to, I have set the heading to 080 instead, and when we get closer to course VOR, 5 to 10 nautical miles, I would say, we would try to make the turn towards Odin VOR, and that would be done at the course of 280, so we pass the Odin VOR at a heading of a course 280, I should say. And then we would, when we get over the Odin VOR, we would just turn directly into the approach to runway 24 at heading 237, as you can read here. But we are not gonna use this 147 degrees we might make a more smooth approach to intercepting the heading to Corsa VOR. And let's get this show on the road, so it's not gonna be too long. As you can see, turning the GPS, you can see that Corsa VOR is actually tuned in right now, 112.80, and as you can see, it's up there. And I can then turn it to audio VOR, and you can see it is actually straight ahead. And then you might sit there, start watching this and say, what? But that's again, where is the line for the Odin VOR? It is the same as before. But right now we are to the left of this heading. Now the heading would be something over here, so we are actually to the right of that track to the Odin VOR. That's why, and I think that was a good example of showing you what I was trying to say a moment ago. Okay, I also tuned in the phosphor echo. Now it's not that easy to see, so I switch back to Corsa, and that's also what we should use. And I actually preset the heading of around 80, so it should be set up. Then we are going to turn this to ADF, and you can see ADF needle shows me that, yeah, we can't really see it right now, but phosphor echo is out here somewhere. Oh, there it is. That's the waypoint I was talking about. We was flying to. Okay, let's see. They say heading of 147. Let's say we want to fly a bit closer to the bridge. That's, yeah, just behind that. It would be a heading of 115. 115. So we are going to set this to, oh, there was 110. Let's see, it's not that easy to read those old measurements. No. 110, I suppose. Let's see, 120, 110, 100, 100. Oh, click spot. There we go. I think we are at, oh, sorry, it was 11. There we go. Now it should be set. So now let's get this aircraft in the air. And no, it's not a tutorial of the aircraft at all. I'm not gonna show you how to set it up, and it's not, I don't follow procedures or such. It is only demonstration purpose, just like you would find in a guide for the real pilots. I'm not gonna spend the time on showing you how to do it at the moment, because this demonstration will take a while. I know that's also why I try to keep it very, very short. Now we are airborne, and we will just fly towards the Foxtrot Echo. And I can just gravelly ditches nose down. That's actually a thing from this aircraft. Okay. Seems okay. I'm not perfect at this, but I try to apply it here. Yeah. And when we get to the Foxtrot Echo waypoint, I will turn over to the autopilot. So let it fly us where we want. Also so I can concentrate on trying to tell you what's going on and all that. Yeah. Getting closer now. And the reason I think this is a good training aircraft is it is actually like a bear. It is solid and stable in flight, in fact. And very okay to fly, in fact. Also that it actually have the VOR ADF needles separately, and of course I know some aircraft don't simulate all of this, and that's not that good at all time. Here we go, now we pass the first echo, so I will try to turn on the autopilot here, and have to, here we go, pilot, and altitude hold, and heading select. Now it should do its job. Yeah, I see we got a bit above. I wanted to target it for 3,000 feet, but let's see when we get out of the turn, we can just do it. Okay, now I want to set it for the VOR, and as you can see, here it tells me where the VOR station are, and as you can see, a bit to the left, a bit to the left, that's what my needle shows, and that's why I think this aircraft is a nice aircraft to show to you how you can do it, I should say. Down here we got the readings of how far. I mean it's operative, but it seems a bit... No, it is operating. So we are 36 nautical miles from the VOR, the course of VOR, sorry, my bad. But as you can see, you actually got all the information that you need, and you can cross-check it. That's the good thing about this aircraft, even it is an old-style aircraft, because you might find, and I know this is a thing that some have been talking about those Eastern aircraft, that instruments are the opposite. You know, well, here you see the bank angles and such. Many aircraft today you find it at the top and such, and in fact in the past it has actually confused pilots if they was used to something, because some aircraft, in fact, you know, the ball in here is turning, and I mean, I have seen other crafts, it is not, it is actually the ball that is centered, and you are turning around the axis, as you can say. So it has actually led to some crashes, sadly. And 100% sure about this. If I turn on, yeah, it did as it should. I have to understand it's a long time since I have been flying this aircraft, and I know some aircraft can do a bit of odd things sometimes, but this aircraft, and that's also why I've chosen it, is that it is actually flying well, and you got what you need. You got distance, you got a needle that can show you where the station is located. You can set heading, and that's actually the good thing about this aircraft, because I have seen aircraft where you only got some of the instrument, and then the instrument flying part is quite tricky, as if you're not familiar with flying, because now you can say I got a cheat, I got the GPS, but in fact you can see it's not so much used the way we are flying today, in fact. And that's because I don't pre-program it, so in fact it's not cheating that much. Just give me a situation awareness thing, so I know where I am, and I hope that you can see how the things are playing along. Now you can see we're getting close, and in a moment it will turn over and fly, heading towards the course of VOR. But already by now I have shown you how this instrument in fact shows you if you are to the left or the right of the line. You can say this is actually the line that you should fly, and this is where the aircraft actually is, and why this near the match when they turn into the VOR. Okay, seems a bit strange. Right now it says it's flying to... oh, there it is. It just wanted to get close to... I would have been thinking it would be doing it a bit earlier, but that's okay. You can see it did not overshoot it, so now we are actually on the heading of 080, or should I say the course to the course of VOR station. We can see we are 22 nautical miles from the actual station at the moment. And already now I want to plan ahead, and as far as I remember, I think that's a bad idea. I think we should do this first, because then I can just turn the heading first, so that I can change the nav frequency and get the new VOR, the new course up. And it was a heading of 280. 280, so it would be down there. But let's see. Now we are flying to the course of VOR. just as good as was it GPS, FMC, or whatever it might be. So there really isn't much to it. But I should say one of the things that could give you problems, and it is if you're choosing VOR stations too far out, because as said, the VOR station has a range limit. That's where you can say you have the benefit of GPS, as it does not have any limits. If you want to do a waypoint 3000 nautical miles away, you can do that. I don't think you would ever do that, as no ATC would give you such a long path to fly, as it gives them very limited options. As you would know, ATC normally wants to give you some shortcuts along the road, or if traffic occurs, it is easier just to say, well, fly direct to this waypoint, fly direct to this waypoint, instead of giving you a new heading and then get you back on the track after that. So it's easier for the ATC. But now we're gonna set the heading back. The aircraft should fly nearly as we did, and I can set this for the 280, as I still got the reading for this course VOR station, as I have not tuned in the new frequency. Okay. There we go, 10 nautical miles from the course VOR, and I think it would be nice to tune in. And we would make a turn here to intercept the Odin VOR station now. Normally I would do this manually. I actually did this earlier this year manually, but did not want to do it for this because it's recorded, and I think that that this give me a better opportunity to talk and do these things and such instead. And now you can see we are getting closer to intercepting it, so I will turn the rest. Else you could do a very smooth turn manually, as you can see how the needle is moving and such. But I think this would just do fine for the purpose of demonstrating how you can do it, because things can get hectic when you are doing things like this. Now we just seeing it from the exterior, and yeah, we forgot to turn off the landing lights and such, but that's why I say it's no instructional, because there is so many things that can happen here in flight, and I actually forgot this, and as you can see now we're getting too far to the right on the aircraft. That's why it is so important to keep everything Okay, now let's say, and this is only for the purpose of demonstrating, let's say that I wanted to do a smaller angle here, so I want to fly 10 degrees up here instead. Okay, that would say that I should fly, let's see here, I should fly to 80, as you can see. If I say 270 meters, let's try that. You can see now the aircraft turned to the right, as now I want to intercept this 10 degrees lower than before. So now the aircraft is trying to intercept it. So that's actually how you can adjust your angle through the VOR station. And I know this was a weird edit, but it can be useful when you start flying given procedures where you really have to be on your toes. But this is also some kind of a principle you can use if you are flying a VOR DME arc, where you have a fixed point for a VOR station. So that could actually be a good lesson after this, maybe how to do a VOR DME arc, because that's actually how you can do it. It is a tricky maneuver, but when you first master it, you can see it is very easy, and you also find it somehow satisfying that you actually are able to do such a maneuver, because it is not just something you do that easy, and it takes a lot of practice to do it right. In fact, it really does. And there are videos about it on the net. They are. And it is tricky because you manually have to turn the aircraft and such, and try to keep a distance. So it is not that easy. Now we are getting 10 nautical miles from the Odin VOR, so we are getting close. And in a moment we will turn on the heading. I could actually turn on the ILS for Woods Airport, and I'm not 100% sure actually. So we could go to Google and we can say Echo Charlie, and we can find the chart. Oh, that was wrong. What I'm thinking about right now. Here we go. As you can see, as I said, Foxtrot Echo is the point. You see coming in at 2,000 feet and hitting the waypoint. Yeah, you can see here it says 238 instead of 237. But the DME and such is actually 108 and 35. So let's tune that in. aircraft actually fights to get on it. And there we go. Sorry for that. And this should then be set for nearly the same as well. And you can see that our aircraft is a bit to the left, so we will try to turn it to the right so that we can intercept it. I might have turned a bit too quick here. It's not that bad that we can't correct it. We just have to concentrate on our vertical speed here as we are going to get down now. And let's see. So now you can see how things actually gets quick, and that's also something I should learn to multitask, you can say, because it is very demanding, this kind of flying. As you can see, the GPS helps me, but if I just use the instrument, I would know where we are and what's going on. I turned a bit too early, but that's my fault. It was actually because I wanted to keep us a bit ahead, because that's actually better to be in a given way, of course, because there are some scenarios where it is crucial you do not compromise things, especially when it comes to heights and such. Here we go. I keep forgetting it. It's because the autopilot is down here. I'm normally used to having some kind of instrument up here. You normally know from a modern aircraft, but you have to look down all the time in order to do this. And the wind is a bit irritating today, you can see. Okay, we are coming up here, so light slope and all that, so we are in for a slowdown, and I will turn off the autopilot so we can fly manually here. Here we go, autopilot is out, and we are flying manually. We got a bit above here, but nothing bad yet that we can't correct. Here we go, and that's one to rise. But we counteract that pretty good. And this also illustrates that even I fly a lot, I'm not perfect. I don't think any of us is perfect. But the important thing is actually to know when and why the aircraft does as it does. And I actually think that I managed that, because as you can see, I immediately found what was the problem, and that's an important task for a pilot, actually to analyze the situation, and if the aircraft don't do as you it to or believe it should, you start to analyze what's wrong and try to correct it. And that was something we managed. So far it has been a flight without compromising the safety of our passengers or ourselves, of course.
Landing gear, landing gear, landing gear.
There we go. Landing gear.
Landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear.
Tend to keep it up as long as possible because it causes some drag. And now you might say, he's flying too low. No, I'm not. This is actually on 100% purpose. It is actually a technique that I learned by a training course because it gives you a better way of flaring, as you can see. There we go. And we are down. Welcome to Hans Christian Andersen Airport. I hope you enjoy the flight. And yeah, it's a bit rough, my controlling here. Actually using a joystick that I just got yesterday, so I'm not used to it. It's years ago I used that. I normally used yokes, but that's it. Okay. We are off the runway and we can stop here and return the flaps. But it was also the flight for now. I hope you learned something.